Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboy Sports Report. This eventually will be the room that I start doing my videos in. Haven't been able to cut many lately because just moved in to our new house. So this is where all the magic will happen soon, especially when this channel starts generating a little bit of De Niro. Get the microphone, get some studio equipment, a desktop just for this, film and graphics and whatnot. This is pregame show, 30, 45 minutes. No longer than that. Go over some important details before tonight's game. Tonight's game will be a direction changer for the season. If we win and go into the bye week at 4-2, that will be huge. Go into the bye week, get some rest, get healthy. If we drop this game and fall short, it'll be devastating. So, if you're just watching this and it's your first time, or you just have not subscribed, please hit that red subscribe button, guys. It is free. My first goal is hit 500 subs, then 1,000. When I hit 1,000, the show will skyrocket. It'll become a gem, a show that you look forward to watching, like Law Nation or somebody like that. I'll have a call in line also for live shows. I don't do live shows often because I don't have the fan base yet. I'm at like 350 subs around there, something like that. So if you're watching this episode, you probably fast forward to the 5-10 minute mark. That's usually when people start jumping in, and we can actually, have a show going on. And I've been noticing on smaller content creators that can edit on the bottom of their screen, they have their Cash App name. So in the chat, I've got my name too. At the end of the season, after week 18 at Washington, the top 3 donators, if people donate seriously, the top 3 donators will get the following prizes. First place, you'll get playoff tickets. No joke. Medium, row, lower deck. Actually, 50-yard line, medium deck. Maximum 3 persons. Second place, you get 2 jerseys of your choice, any kind, any way you want them. Third place, Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card, possibly autographed by that time. So please subscribe, like, and share. Help me get to 500, then to 1,000, and let me get this channel to where it needs to be. So we'll see here and wait for some people to jump in. Little test real quick here. Cool, okay. So chats seem to be working just fine. We're 1.5 point favorites on the road in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is like our second home. The crowd split would probably be 50-50. 50% Charger fans, 50% Cowboy fans. And the way the game goes, that can change. Because like week 1 against the Giants, my buddy went to that game, and at halftime, Giants fans were leaving. So second half, it was just all Cowboy fans in the stands, basically. He was able to move to the front row. There were so many fans that left at halftime. If we win tonight and handle business, it will be a perfect weekend coming off the worst weekend. Because losing 42-10 against San Francisco was our worst loss since 2000 in the Dak Prescott era, since 2017, week 2 against Denver when we lost 42-17. That's thinking back in the Dak Prescott era. That's the worst loss I could think of. I can't think of another beatdown we had that bad. We lost against Denver 30-16. It was really 30-0 in 2021, but that wasn't as bad as the San Fran game. But it was the fifth game of the season, early in the season. I'd rather get beat down week 5 opposed to January. I'd rather that happen than us beat San Fran week 5 and then them come in January and take us out. San Fran and Philly both lose yesterday. We saw that. San Fran, Brock Purdy got them where they needed to be to kick the game-winning field goal, and it's wide right. So we kind of lucked out there. The Browns' defense is better than anybody would have thought. Through 6 games, they've allowed the third most. Through 6 games, the Browns' defense has allowed the third fewest yards in NFL history. Out of all the defenses coming into the season, you're thinking of San Fran, Cowboys, Philadelphia. Nobody was thinking of the Browns' defense being as good as they could be. And they shut down the Philadelphia offense yesterday. Philly had an opening drive touchdown, 20 plays. Had one more touchdown. And after that, that was it. 4 takeaways, 3 picks, 1 forced fumble. And P.J. Walker at quarterback, who was on the Bears practice squad and then the backup for Justin Fields earlier this season, all of a sudden is on the Browns. I'm sure everybody right now is tuning into Law Nation and all the bigger shows. So if I can get 3 to 4 guys, 5 guys in here, we can have a decent pregame show. That loss against Arizona really looms large and hurts. Not having 3 of our starting offensive linemen and Trayvon Diggs going down that particular week. Tyler Smith playing his first game of left guard that game, plus having 3 linemen out, and Diggs being out, and having 2 days to adjust the defense. It was just a bad game for us. In the second half, we get into the red zone 4 times, 4 trips into the red zone, come out with 6 points. Could have been 28. Bad play calling. All right, we got 2 people in here. If we can get 2 more, we can have a decent pregame show. In the chat, put your score prediction in the chat. My score prediction. I think I'm going to come out tonight because we haven't lost back-to-back games only one time since 2021. That was against Kansas City and the Raiders during that 5-day 2-game stretch. That was without Amari Cooper, without CeeDee Lamb. The last time we lost back-to-back games, we respond well after a loss. In the chat, put in what your score prediction tonight is. Tonight, I think we come out on all cylinders firing, especially against this Chargers defense that is pretty weak. They're 30th in pass defense. Offense needs to show up against this bad defense. Yes, it does. Offense didn't show up last week. We hope last week was an aberration against San Fran, because the previous 2 games against San Fran, the 2 games were decided by 13 total points. 31-28 Cowboys. I'll take a win, true Cowboys fan. I'll take a win, but tonight I want us to come out and have a dominant win, like the 3 wins that we've had have been. I don't want to win by 3. I don't want to win by 7. I want to win by 3 scores. I would love to come out and have a 31-10 type victory, or 38-10 type victory. I want the offense to get in the end zone 5 times. Offense has plenty of talent. Mike McCarthy is just so scared that Dak is going to revert back into 15 interceptions, in 12 games he played last season in the regular season. They just handcuffed him. We got Brandon Cooks in that trade. Guy can still fly. We're not pushing the ball downfield. CeeDee Lamb, the reason why he's frustrated is because in the offseason, as he quoted, that he believed that this offense was going to be pushing the ball. And he warned defenses to back up. And if they don't back up, that's on them. He was thinking long shots, stretch the field, 20, 30-yard pass plays. Mike McCarthy has literally turned his offense into a dink and dunk offense. They used to joke about a dink and dak offense, but it's now literally a dink and dunk offense. You want to dominate Chargers offense, going to make it a game. Chargers offense can make it a game. They can. But our defense has the personnel, the potential, and the defensive coordinator to shut them down. Mike Williams is out for the season. So they do have Keenan Allen. They do have that number one receiver they took in the first round, I believe. Austin Eckler is back for this game. He's been out since after week 1. So they got Eckler, but not having Mike Williams there is pretty big, I think. I'm pretty sure Stephon Gilmore will shadow Keenan Allen. DaRon Bland should take on the rookie. Jordan Lewis is a solid slot corner, has been since 2017. If we can win this game tonight and win it in convincing fashion, not just squeak by, but win it convincingly. If we get a lead, yes. That's it. If we get a lead, just like against the Jets. Yesterday we saw what the Jets can do, right? They held Philadelphia to 14 points. They rattled Jalen Hurts all game, got 4 turnovers, won the game. Hell, they should have beat Kansas City. They lost against Kansas City by 3 points, the Jets, with Zach Wilson at quarterback, because of a bogus defensive penalty at the end of the game. Jets are that close to being 4-2. But when we played the Jets, opening drive, we had a touchdown. Gilmore can't check Allen. That's a wash. Yeah, Gilmore is not 2018 DPOY Gilmore, but he is still a good cornerback. We brought him in to be cornerback number 2, not cornerback number 1. That's why Diggs going down really sucks. But I think DaRon Bland, I believe, can get better every week. Like he did last season. He got his opportunity because of injury, came in and became a better slot corner than Jordan Lewis. Now he's got an opportunity because of injury to be cornerback number 1 or 2. Right now he's cornerback 2, but he could rise and be cornerback number 1. He's got great ball skills. And he's a gambler like Diggs, but he's not as aggressive. Tonight, if we can come out and handle business, like we did against the Jets, opening drive touchdown against the Jets, we get the ball first, we go down, we punch it in the end zone. We get up on them 10-0. Then they have that, quick 75-yard touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson. But we kept the lead on them. And when we have the lead, we can unleash the dogs. That is the goal tonight. Get up to a quick start, get points on the board. Dak should be able to open this game up 13-13 like he did against the Jets. Against the Jets, first 13 pass attempts, he completed all 13 of them. This is the second game in a row, second game since we drafted Tyler Smith, that all 5 of our starting linemen are playing together. This is their second game together, which is great. That gives them another game to gel. And then they'll have the bye week. After the bye week, it'll be the third game together, barring practice injury. But that starting 5 of Tyron, Tyler, and Steele is a very good starting 5 right there. We should be able to get the run game going tonight. With Tony Pollard. Rico Dowdle looks good every time he gets the ball. I don't know why he doesn't get the ball more. I mean, he's got speed, burst. He's got good balance, and he pass protects very well also. Juice Vaughn's been a little disappointing as of late. I want to see 40-ounce Hunter Lupiki get some reps too, and get some reps at fullback. Just like the Niners got number 44, Kyle Juszczyk. That guy is a utility fullback. He can lead block with the best of them. He can carry the ball very well. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, middle of the field. He is a great utility fullback player that can block very well also. I believe Hunter, or UDFA out of North Dakota State, could be the same thing. But Mike McCarthy needs to take the handcuffs off the offense. Our average yards per play is 5 yards. Chargers 5.8. They just come off a bye week. So out of 4 games, San Diego's offense has put up 1,555 yards. That's 479 on the ground, 1155 through the air. So Chargers are almost averaging 400 yards passing the game in the 4 games that they've played. Now they've allowed 1,199 yards in the 4 games they've played. So they've allowed 400 yards in the air on average. Our offense, through 5 games, 1,089 yards passing in 5 games. That's just like 215 yards passing a game out of 5 games. We need more than that. Rushing, we got 622 in 5 games. It's not bad, but we've allowed 617. Skewed by the Arizona game and the San Fran game. 170 against San Fran. Arizona was like 220. I know 60 of that was Dobbs' big run in the first quarter. But we stop the run, we get an early lead, and make it our game. And I want a decisive victory tonight. I want by halftime for us to be relaxed and be in good shape. At least be up by 2 touchdowns. I want to win this game convincingly and then go into the bye week with some momentum. Rest up, get healthy, then come out and be ready for the Rams. Rams are 3-3. We do that. We handle business tonight. We are 1 game out of first place in our division. Philadelphia, their next 6 games. They have Miami next Sunday. Then they got Washington again, who took them to overtime, who beat them last year, plays them tough. Washington has their number. And then they have us. And then after that, they have their bye week. Then they go to Kansas City, and then they host Buffalo, and then they host San Fran. So the Eagles' next 6 games are no joke. They're 5-1 now. They could very easily be. What would that be? If they split the next 6 games, which they could. The way they're playing, they could very easily split the next 6 games. That would make them 8-4. 8-4 after 12. Their first 6 games of the schedule were pretty easy. Now they have the gauntlet. And losing a game they had no business losing against the Jets looms big for us, being that we shit the bed against Arizona and got blown out against San Fran. I believe that was an aberration. I'd rather get blown out week 5 against San Fran opposed to beating them at week 5 and getting blown out in the playoffs. Like I said, in the Prescott era, our worst loss besides last week was 2017, week 2 against Denver. It was 42-17 in that game. My official game score prediction. I'm calling the defense to come out and play lights out after getting embarrassed last week. Dan Quinn lost a chess match against Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan dialed up better plays than Dan Quinn, had us on our heels. We're not going to have back-to-back bad games. 31-10 is more believable in a game like this. But I would love to see like 38-10. But 31-10 is my prediction. I believe we can hold the Chargers at 10 points or less. I think we'll get up first and then have the Chargers chase us the rest of the game. Make them pass. I want Herbert to throw 50 to 60 times tonight. If we can have Herbert have to do that, and we can have 11, 90, 56, 54, all them boys pin their ears back and go after Herbert. It's going to be a long night for him. And our defense has 3 touchdowns already. Our turnover ratio is +6. Theirs is +5, so they do take care of the football also. As long as we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, we are the better team. When you're at home, you get 3 points. Vegas gives you like 3 points off the cuff. So we're favored by 1.5. So Vegas sees us as a 4.5 point better team than 2-2 San Diego. I always think, see, they're always going to be San Diego to me. LA Chargers. They lost their first 2 games. First one against Miami by 2. And then they lost against Tennessee. Then they won their last 2 games. The last game, they barely inked by the Raiders, 24-17. And the Raiders are not really a team to write home about. So the Chargers haven't really ran over anybody. Every game has been close. 2 losses were close. Their 2 wins were close. Our 3 wins were, of course, decisively crazy big. Our 2 losses were by double digits. 12 points and 32. Don't expect another 32-point loss again. Key to victory, as we all know. Score first, get on top of them so we can play our game. True Cowboy fan, 1972, if you're still watching. Would you rather receive or defer if we win the coin toss? What would you do? Kick it, or would you want to get the ball first? Because I know last week we deferred. We wanted our defense to go out there and get a stop, and San Fran marched down the field and scored on the opening drive. That's what we don't want. We don't want to get down early. We've got the team to come back from that, but we haven't done that yet. Arizona got up on us. We never got the lead. San Fran got up on us. Closest we got was, making it a 7-point game with that touchdown to Turpin. And thank the Lord that Kevontae Turpin's high ankle sprain wasn't like they said. He was a full practice participant Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So Turpentine is still our punt return man, kick return man, and our gadget guy on offense. He scored our lone touchdown last week against San Fran. And CeeDee Lamb voiced his frustration. So I want to see them feed him the ball. Even if they're bracketing coverage to his side. Playmaker's a playmaker. Double covered or not, they can make plays. Give AD the ball. Let him ignite this offense. And Michael Gallup he's had 2 good games out of the 5. He looks better than last year, but he still doesn't look 100%. He doesn't look like 2019, 2020, 2021 Michael Gallup. And damn it, throw Cooks a couple go routes. Let him get behind the defense. That's why it's been 20 years since we've had a speed receiver that's a good speed receiver. Not just anybody, but a good speed receiver. It's been 20 seasons. That was Joey Galloway. 2003, 2001, 2003. Then we traded him for Keyshawn in 2004. We had Rocket Ishmael in 99. And then next year we traded for Galloway. He was with us for 3 seasons. He was faster than Cooks, but I think Cooks is a better receiver. 6,000-yard seasons, 5 different quarterbacks, 4 different teams. If he were to get 1,000 yards with us this year or next year, he'd be the first receiver in NFL history to get 1,000 yards with 5 different teams. So he's the common denominator everywhere he's went. He's got mad skills. And it's not just go routes that he's great at. It's his speed is in everything, in his route running. If he runs a quick out or runs a slant, he's still running that 4.3 speed. He's still that fast. We need to get him the ball in space. Get Pollard the ball in space. Get Turpin the ball in space. Get our playmakers the ball in space. And have Hunter Lupicki out there. I mean, so many weapons on this offense. For it to be as anemic as it's been is ridiculous. Mike McCarthy, you know, said it's going to be a Texas Coast offense. It's going to be, 30% what Kellen Moore had going on, 70% WCO. That was all bullshit. It is 100% West Coast offense. Mike McCarthy's offense that he ran in Green Bay that got him ran out of Green Bay. He needs to change it up a little bit. Everybody knows what Kellen Moore did last year and the year before that and the year before that as OC. They need to get back to some of that. And yes, Dak had 15 picks last year. He's never had a season like that before. Came off a broken thumb. They had plates and screws in it. Came back a little bit early because he saw Cooper Rush, looking a little bit too good. And I think he rushed back. And like six of those picks were clearly on the receivers. That's been proven on tape. But we need to let Dak throw the football. We need to let him push it downfield. Anytime we've won big games, he's been able to do that. Against Philly, Christmas Eve, he puts up 40. It's all through the air. We weren't running the ball that well that game. All through the air. And that's after he started the game with a pick six to Josh Sweat. So if Mike McCarthy can loosen the handcuffs on this offense a little bit and let us do our thing, our offense should be really good tonight against a very bad defense. They have two good pass rushers. You have Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. Bosa is banged up, not 100%. He's questionable, but he's going to play. Khalil Mack has 6 sacks, right, through 4 games. But he got all 6 of them against the Raiders in one game. So 3 games, he didn't get a sack. Against the Raiders, with a backup quarterback playing, he got 6. So with Ty Smith and Terrence Steele at tackle, pretty confident. With Tyler Smith and Zach Martin at guard. And B. Dash, who made the Pro Bowl last year, is on contract here now. I'm pretty confident with offensive line being healthy for the second game in a row now. I would love to get the run game going too. Love it. If we can run for $150 tonight, that'd be just what the doctor ordered, because we all know the run opens up the pass. Anybody got anything to say? I got True Cowboy Fan 1972. His predictions 31-28. Y'all put y'all's predictions in the chat. Mine's 31-10. I think Dan Quinn's going to dial up the scheme. He knows Kellen Moore pretty well, as Moore knows him. But Dan Quinn's got more skins on the wall than Moore does. I think Moore's going to shut down that offense, and we're going to terrorize Herbert all night. I know Eckler's back. He could be a nightmare, but I think Herbert's going to have 50-plus pass attempts tonight. 31-10 is my prediction. True Cowboys Fan 1972. His is 31-28. The other people tuning in, what are y'all's predictions? Put it in the chat. Shoot, he's the only one that's actually been responsive. Anybody got a score prediction? Or your 2 cents in this game? What time is it at 6:07? Less than a deferred, put it on the defense. Yeah, I agree with you. If we win the coin toss, I would prefer to defer. But if we do that, we better get a stop. Not even allow a field goal. Allow no points. Get a 3 and out. If we defer, and even if the Chargers get lucky and a ball bounces their way, tipped into a receiver's hands, and they score and get up 7-0 on us quick, that first drive is going to be really big. Don't want Kellen with ball coming out of halftime with adjustments to get the ball. Yeah, that's why I love to defer. Because if we make the stop on the opening drive, it's like you gain a possession whenever you defer. If we kick the ball up to the Chargers and we hold them to 3 and out, and they put the ball to us, it's like we gained a possession because we get the ball and we get the ball start the second half. And we're usually pretty good at making adjustments at halftime. So yeah, I would agree with you. I would choose to defer also. If we win the coin toss. If we don't win the coin toss, I think the Chargers will defer and see if we can put points on the board with our first drive. So, uh, other people in the chat, put your score prediction out there. Everybody's shy except for the guy that's been watching the Cowboys since 1972. I've been watching them since 93, so he's got 21 years on me of watching this team. That's 82, 92, 02, 12, 22. This man's been watching the Cowboys 51 years. Wow, that's a long time. I'm only 37 years old. First game I saw was Cowboys in Buffalo Part 2 in the Georgia Dome. I fell in love that night. Don't know why, just did. I remember losing 13-6 at halftime, and I said one of my first prayers that we'd win. We came back in the second half. Emmitt Smith ran the hell out of the ball, and we went 30-13. And I thought because of my prayer, because I prayed, I thought that's the reason why we won. So I always make the joke that the Cowboys led me to Christ. I was like 5 or 6. And that was what, February of '94. So 87, 88, 89, 90, 81, 82. There's no way I was 8 years old. I was 6. Had to be 6. It's weird how math is. But tonight's game cannot be any bigger. Because if we drop this game and go to 3-3 and go into the bye week at 3-3, 2 games behind Philly, 3.5 game, no, it'd be 2.5 games still behind San Fran. We would need a come to Jesus meeting for real. This game tonight's bigger than last week's game, and last week's game was super huge, but being the result of last week's game and how it played out makes tonight that much bigger. And if we can win tonight, especially in convincing fashion, and then go into the bye week and recharge for the last 11 games of the season, be beautiful. 4-2. Because at this point, after 6 games last season, Philly was 6-0. We were 4-2. So if we can win tonight, after 6 games, we'll be 1 game closer to Philly. 1 game behind. We were 2.5 games behind after 6 games because they beat us that first game. So they were 2 games better than us plus a half game that they won. Cooper Rush almost pulled that game out. One more defensive stop when it was 17-20. I think Cooper Rush would have scored on that next drive, taking the lead. But that was a little too much to ask. 4 turnovers in the first half killed us. Just offense is dangerous. They had a shootout with Miami week 1, 36-34. But Miami's defense is not as... Our defense is good. It is still good. That game against San Fran was an aberration. I'm going to stick to that. Since McCarthy's been head coach, since Dan Quinn's been defensive coordinator, we haven't been beat down like that. Hasn't happened. Even the best defenses, Baltimore, the 2000 Ravens, allowed Miami put up 36 on them in week 2. So, I mean, I don't think we're the best defense in the NFL anymore. I do believe as the season goes along, we could be a top 3 defense, adjusting to life without Trayvon Diggs, especially if we can make a trade by the deadline. Jalen Johnson for the Bears in his 4th season. Pretty good lockdown guy. Bears team don't want act like they don't want to pay him. A 2nd round pick would get Jalen Johnson. If we could grab him by the trade deadline, that would solidify the secondary big time and put him at cornerback number 1 and put Bland back at slot and have Gilmore at number 2. Yeah, so I know what a championship team looks like. Dak's not the quarterback no matter what's put around him. Yeah, so you became a Cowboy fan when we won our first Super Bowl, because our first Super Bowl win was 72, right? Against Miami, I believe. Miami or Denver, 72, 78. Then 92 and then 93 was the first one I witnessed. And then, I mean, I know what a championship team looks like too. I saw us play San Fran when they went out and bought everybody and got Dion to be a mercenary to shut down 88, go down 21 nothing early, lose the game 38-28. Following season, start off 3-0, then lose against Washington. And then in the playoffs, thank God that Green Bay took care of the Niners for us in the second round, because I think San Fran had our number, because they whooped us in the regular season that year with backup quarterback Elvis Grbac at the helm. Steve Young wasn't even playing. You know, we were at home. We still got beat down by him. Green Bay did us a favor by taking him out, and they came to our house, and we had Green Bay's number all throughout the early 90s. So I know what a championship team looks like, too. I've also seen Dak play really, really good, as you have. And we've seen him play really, really bad. He, if like I said, if Joe Flacco can go on a Super Bowl run, and in that 2012 season, he played great in playoffs. He played outstanding. I think Dak is good enough to go on a run in the playoffs too. Will it happen? I don't know. Can it happen? Yes. Yes. He can. He can do it. Especially if the defense is playing at a high level. That really, really helps. Joe Flacco, that defense is playing at a high level. Ray Lewis's last season, he was putting everything out there that he had left in the tank of his career. Defense don't win championships in today's NFL. They only ate. Yeah. Yeah, defenses don't win championships nowadays, but they sure do help a lot. Help a lot. The 2018 Super Bowl, was 13-3. That high flying Rams offense, ran into that Patriot defense, put up a field goal. That was it. All Tom Brady had to do was get that one touchdown pass, and the game was out of reach. But yeah, our offense has the capability, has nuclear capability. It was the number one offense in 21. It was the number 4 offense last season. And this season has more talent than it did last season. So if Mike can pull his head out of his ass, I know why he let Kellen Moore go. Because of Kellen Moore's play calling in certain situations. Against Green Bay, up 14 in the fourth quarter, you want to run the ball, suck the game away, not keep passing and keep trying to score. And, go 3 and out, 3 passes, 15-second drive, and give the ball back to Green Bay, wasting 15 seconds of clock. But if that was the case, then Mike should have just kept Kellen and just oversaw his play calling. And during games like Green Bay or Jacksonville, tell him to run the ball and use the clock as his friend, opposed to keep trying to score, because that's what young offensive coordinators do. They just try to score every possession. Those are top elite quarterbacks. Dak is no Rodgers. Of course, Dak is no, Captain America or Troy Aikman. Of course not. But Troy Aikman also had arguably the best team ever assembled, on his side. Dak only plays really good against bad defenses. Yeah, since 2019, I've been on his case about that. In 2019, when we opened up 3-0, we had a contract ready for him to sign. He beats the Giants, Redskins, and Dolphins. He puts up a lot of yards, and all of a sudden he thinks he's a top-notch quarterback. He thinks he's an Aaron Rodgers, and he don't want to sign the contract. He wants more money. And then week 4, we go to New Orleans. Drew Brees is hurt. They got Teddy Bridgewater. And they only scored 12. We could only score 10. We lose 10-12. And then the following week against Green Bay, who had a defense that year, that was just horrible. And then towards the end of the game, it was garbage stats. Since 2019, I've been on this case about playing good defenses and not showing up. Flacco had elite arm talent. He played elite in the playoffs. He played elite in the playoffs in 2012. He had that one run. That's all Dak needs, to do. Get in the tournament and have that one run. Especially if somehow, some way, we can get that 1 seed. That's why tonight is so important. If we don't win tonight, that 1 seed's going. You forget, because we got bigger problems. If we win tonight, and we can win Patriot style, Jet style, Giant style, and be 4-2 going to the bye week, we have a legitimate shot at the 1 seed. Philly's next 6 games, I said what they were. They have a gauntlet. It's very possible Philly can go 3-3 the next 6 games. San Fran's schedule is a little bit easier, but not by much. And they do play each other. Maybe I'm pretty sure that's why we traded for Trey Lance. If Prescott doesn't do what he's supposed to this season, he doesn't get the extension, you could essentially release him on his last year of his contract. Eat that money. Start Trey Lance if you want to, because he'd be on the last year 4 of his rookie deal. So those salaries would kind of offset each other. But it's still early. This is only the 6th game. The 6th game out of 17. So by week 15, our offense could be figured out. Mike could have made adjustments, and we could be scoring 30 points a game again like we were the last 2 seasons. And our defense can get back to form like it was the first 4 weeks of the season. The first 4 weeks of the season before last week. We're averaging 10 points per game allowed until San Fran. But that game just got out of hand. Got out of hand all the way around. It got out-schemed, out-coached, outplayed, everything. Sometimes that happens. In 2003, whenever the Patriots released Lawyer Malloy, he signed with Buffalo. In week 1 and week 2, Buffalo goes to New England, blows them out 38-10. Blows the doors off them. That was Lawyer Malloy's revenge game. Later in that season, Patriots play him again, and they return the favor, 38-10 blowout, in favor of them. So, championship teams can have really bad games early in the season. It's happened. True Cowboy fan, 1972. You're the only one that is talkative. 6:22 right now. So 38 minutes game time. Anybody else want to put the score prediction out there? There's been at least 4 or 5 people at one time here in the live show. Whenever you're a small channel, it's hard to do live shows because, like right now, Wall is doing his deal. Chat Sports with Tom Downey is doing their deal. The bigger names are doing their deal, so all the crowds are there right now. For me to have like a really good live show, I have to do it during the week when other guys aren't doing their thing. Hell, Chat Sports has 170,000 subs. Wall just eclipsed 100,000. I got 350. A long way to go. I should have started this a long time ago. I thought doing a YouTube show was a joke, but I didn't know how much good content there was out there. So I just started doing this back in 2014. Real talk. Okay, guys. Before we end this pregame show, score predictions. True Cowboys fan 1972 told me 31-28. Mine is 31-10. Score predictions, guys. Don't be shy. Score prediction for tonight. What do y'all think? I can see other people are in the chat right now. Score prediction. Just put it out there. Speak it into existence, like Tom Downey likes to say. I believe in that. I believe in speaking things into existence. Shoot, I'm already getting hoarse before the game started. And I get loud during Cowboy games. Boy, I get animated. It is. I can't eat during the game. I don't see how people can sit down and like eat a meal while they're watching their team, and I can't sit down either. I stand up all 4 quarters. My stomach's in knots. That's why I can't eat. Now, if it's a game like the Giants game, and it's 26-0 at halftime, yeah, second half, I can snack. But if it's a nip and tuck game, if it's a tight game, or we're losing, no, there's no eating until after the game. That's why us playing Thanksgiving every year is either great or horrible. If they win, my Thanksgiving is amazingly awesome. If they lose, gosh, like 2021, the overtime loss against the Raiders. My wife made this beautiful spread. Beautiful. I mean, oh my gosh. And after that loss, I had to go upstairs and rest my head and chill for like an hour and a half. And then I finally was able to come downstairs and eat my Thanksgiving dinner. Last year, we won. We beat the Giants. So, it was a good Thanksgiving. I didn't like the way we beat them, but we still beat them. 49ers game got out of hand just like Rams in playoffs. 3 and outs. Our first 4 drives, defense was tired. Yeah, that's a big reason why our defense let up 42 points. Because we didn't get our first down until the second quarter. Time of possession was I mean, I didn't look it up. But time of possession had to be like 42 minutes, 18 minutes, something like that. I mean, they had the ball the entire time, entire game. So yeah, our defense getting gassed, being out there 285,000 plays. Eventually, you're just gonna let up long touchdown runs and long plays because you're exhausted. I mean, our offense, we did not get a first down until the second quarter. And then all of a sudden, we throw this dime to Devontae Turpin, who's looking more and more like he's getting better at receiver. He adjusts to the ball, going over his shoulder, makes a catch. It's 7-14. I'm thinking we still got a shot at this thing. And then it just falls apart. Because after that, we didn't do much on offense. So the other 3 people in the chat, put your score prediction out there. Unless y'all just have my show on, y'all ain't watching. Which that's cool, I guess. I don't know. Score prediction, guys. Come on. Other 2 people, other 3 people. True Cowboys fan, 1972. 31-28. I'll take that. That's a win. 31-10. After the game, I'll have a short, I always have my knee-jerk post-game, video. It's like 3-4 minutes long. We'll see whose score is closer. True Cowboy fan, 1972. I think we're going to dominate tonight. I think we're going to win in the same fashion that we've won our last 3 games. All 3 phases. And our special teams could be a big part of the game. Bones Fossil, since we've gotten that guy, man, I mean, before we got him, we never blocked field goals or punts. I mean, it was a rarity. Now every season, we're getting like 3 blocks a season. Get the Giants. We get a field goal block. There's Sugar Daddy Williams, finally. 27-17, that's his prediction. I'll take that too. That's a 10-point win. I'll take that too. And what's funny Even if we win 38-10, right? After watching what Richard Sherman and Keyshawn Johnson had to say about us today, even if we were to win 38-10 against the Chargers, tomorrow they're gonna say, "Well, y'all just beat a bad Charger team that has no defense." Blah blah blah. They're gonna move the goalpost. Even if we dominate them that bad, 38-10. Even if it's a 40-0 game, 40-0 against the Chargers at their stadium, they're gonna say the Chargers are a bad team. Blah, 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 blah. And I mean, they were talking so much mess today on Undisputed. It was driving me nuts. They were talking about the heavyweight tier in the NFC. You got the Niners, Eagles, and Lions. In the cruiserweight, you got who is it? Buffalo, who is pretty much identical to us right now. Buffalo, Miami, Kansas City, and then light heavyweight, you got the Cowboys. I was like, man, okay. I Richard Sherman. We'll see. The Jets had no defense 3 weeks ago. The Jets have had a defense. The Jets didn't have a defense against us. We scored 30 on them. But the Jets shut down Josh Allen. They shut down Patrick Mahomes, and they shut down Jalen Hurts. They should have beat Kansas City. It was 20-23. They lost because of a bogus defensive penalty at the end of the game. The Jets should be 4-2. And did y'all see Aaron Rodgers yesterday warming up? I mean, he looked like he was gonna play. He was no crutches, no boot, throwing the ball, no grimace on his face, like there was a little bit of pain whenever he would step into his throw. Aaron Rodgers looked like he was able to play yesterday. And he had surgery a few days after September 11th. So it's only been a month since his surgery. I wouldn't be surprised if December you see 10 out there for the Jets in shotgun. You know, they're doing some kind of new radical advanced rehabilitation for an ACL tear. And he's 38 years old, so he's no spring chicken. But I would not be surprised if we see Aaron Rodgers come back in December. I mean, they're hoping January, but the way he looked yesterday, there's no reason to think, by December that he couldn't play, especially in shotgun mode. Just protect himself, not to move too much. We saw him in the playoffs twice, 2014, and on the Dez caught it game. He had a strained calf, sprained ankle, something. He was on one leg that game, and he was still able to play top-notch football. 2016 playoff run, the same thing. He was playing on one leg, and they got to the championship game both those seasons. So if he's on one leg in December, he's still an upgrade over Zach Wilson. That Jets team could make some waves in the AFC playoffs. And Robert Saleh, before the season, he knew the first 6 games were tough, and he said if we can come out 3-3 out of the first 6 games, we'll be in great shape. And he was talking with Aaron Rodgers, and they're 3-3 without him. I fear Mahomes on one leg, not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers beat us on one leg twice, so I do fear him. I'm glad he's in the AFC though. And Mahomes on one leg, Mahomes can be on his knees, throw the ball sideways across the field, and still throw it through the damn tire. The guy's not human, I'm telling you. So true Cowboys fan, 1972, 31-28, Sugar Daddy Williams, 27-17, Charles in charge, 31-10. Anybody else, put your score prediction out there. Because we're about to shut it down here. It's game times in 27 minutes. Man, oh gosh, I'm nervous. I got that nervousness, that excitement. It's a big game, guys. If we win tonight, we are only one game out of first place in the division. If we lose tonight, it's bad. It's really bad. It's not the season's over as bad, but almost. share it out. Share you out, bro. Oh, appreciate you, Sugar Daddy. Yeah, Sugar Daddy Williams. If you can help me get some more subscribers, man, I implore you. I appreciate that. I'm telling you, when I hit 1,000 subs, this show, I'm gonna have the whole damn thing, the microphone, the studio equipment, the chair, the mic that comes down, the camera angle, a desktop, where I can show y'all stuff, and a call-in line for live shows. This channel will be a gem. It will be something that y'all will look forward to watching, and it'll be all live shows whenever I get to that point. Instead of just cutting, I'll be cutting regular videos here and there, but I'll be going live a lot more often. Now, like I said, the top 3 donators for this season, if people donate seriously, number 1, first place, playoff tickets, maximum 3 persons, 50-yard line, medium deck. Second place, 2 jerseys of your choice, any kind, way, shape, or form. Third place, an Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card. Most likely autographed by that time. If donations are better than expected and prizes 2 and 3 will be better. In every chat, I have my Cash App name in there. I see smaller content creators who can edit, just have their Cash App name on the bottom of the screen. That's what they're doing now. So that's what I'm doing also. And those prizes are for real. If you're the top donator this season, after week 18, after Washington, you will get 3 playoff tickets. Maximum 3 if you want 3. 50-yard line, medium deck. They won't be bump seats. They're not going to be front row either, but they're going to be damn good. I have a huge deposit coming in December. So I'll be able to swing that with no problem. But any donations that come to this channel will just be to build the channel, to get equipment that I need. It's been my Galaxy and I since I've started this. Just like Law, when he started, it was his phone and him. So that's all I got. Everybody seems shy to put out the score prediction. Maybe they're scared. I don't know. Cowboys, true Cowboys fan, 1972. I appreciate you tuning in. I know you and I have had it out the last 2 seasons. A lot of heavy debates. Sugar Daddy Williams, you've been #1 fan since I started my show. I appreciate you a lot. Game time is in 24 minutes, guys. Tonight is huge. Tonight's game will be a season, a season, how do you say it? If we win tonight, the season looks a lot brighter. If we lose tonight, it looks a lot darker. If we win tonight, we're 4-2. We're 1 game out of first place, and we go into the bye week to get healthy. If we lose tonight, we're 3-3, and we got a lot of questions to answer. We still have a lot of questions to answer, but we need to respond tonight with a big win. And then during the bye week, we can fix whatever we need to fix, and hopefully make a trade or 2. The 2 trades I want to make, I want to get Jalen Johnson from the Bears, and then Garrett Bowles, left tackle from Denver. He wants out. I would love to get him. He would be a perfect backup left tackle for whenever 77 cannot play. Garrett Bowles is a good left tackle, and we could probably get him for a day 2 pick, day 3 pick. We'll see what happens with that, but that is then. Now is now. The future is now, guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, guys. It's about to be game time. After the game, I'll have a short, knee-jerk reaction video. I got to get my riblets ready. We will win tonight. We know Kellen's offense more than anyone. You're exactly right, Sugar Daddy Williams. We know Kellen Moore very well. Kellen Moore knows Dan Quinn, but like I said, Dan Quinn has a lot more skins on the wall than Kellen Moore. And Dan Quinn has hardware. He knows how to coach a Super Bowl defense. Kellen Moore can be had. All Dan Quinn has to do is just play the 49ers style defense, play quarters, and, make sure we tackle, and we can pretty much shut them down. But, all right, get your popcorn ready, guys. It's going to be a show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Cowboys 1972. Thank you for tuning in. I'm surprised you did. I didn't think you would, because like I said, you and I have had it out the last 2 years on some videos. Sugar Daddy Williams, you've always been there. I appreciate it. You're one of my faves. It's game time, baby. I'll see y'all guys after the game. Y'all have a good one. Let's go Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? 31-10. 31-10. Remember that number.